from Burger's Corner YouTube channel. He's going to share with us his, stock market investing journey about his YouTube channel. And he is also used to be a MMA fighter. So there's an echo at the back. I'm not sure who that is, but anyway. Oh, you got it away. Okay, but anyway, well, thank you everybody that joined us. We got Dave from Hidden Freedom Investing. We got Jan X Dividend Investor. He's saying, "Where is Mr. MMA?" He's right here in person, in the flesh, to answer all your questions. All right, man. So, can you introduce yourself to us and let us know about yourself a little bit?
Who, me?
Yes.
Well, my name is Dean. My last name is Berger. So Berg's Corner is my channel. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me, Daniel, Rico. You guys are good fellas, good company. I really just love talking about investing, passive income. I'm an industrial mechanic for my work, and I live up northern Alberta. So I got nothing really better to do with my time while I'm working. So I kind of do videos on YouTube, take some time away. And so far, so good. Having fun. A little nervous, but we're getting there, guys.
Awesome, man. So you're in Canada. That's really awesome. We have, Dave. We have Michael for personal finance, Hidden Freedom. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the live stream. So yeah, man. So really glad to have you on. I know we were talking a few minutes before we started the live stream. You're actually in high level Canada, which is basically, it's kind of summertime. And you guys only get
Alaska, yeah.
Yeah, so you only guys get like 2 hours of darkness basically, and the rest of the day is sunlight, right?
Nice hot sunlight, yeah.
Yeah. So what do you do? Like, if you want to just when you go to, how do you know the time? I can tell the time and stuff. If people go out, do kids go out there just play like in the middle of the night, in the middle of the?
That's true. We have clocks and whatnot, right? You can't tell the time by walking outside, so it's all clocks, right?
Yeah.
And then winter gets in the wintertime you only have about 2 hours of daylight. It gets light about 11 o'clock and then darken again about maybe noon or 1 o'clock. So during the wintertime it's kind of tough, but during the summer it's nice.
Yeah, dude, man, I would love to go there, man. On the summertime, it's gonna be sunlight every day for like how many hours? Like 12 hours? No, like 16 hours.
22 hours. 22 hours a day of sunlight. Yeah.
Hey man, that's fun, man. I'll be out there just enjoying the sun, man, playing tennis and all that kind of fun stuff, man. But tell us about, you have a YouTube channel, right? Can you introduce yourself? What is your YouTube channel about? And give us a highlight of it.
Okay. So my channel is Berg's Corner. I just have that. Thanks for all the support, guys. I appreciate it. So I even got a little more organized this time around. I get the questions so I don't really miss over anything and hop off too quick. But right now my channel is kind of going over my passive income, and I got kind of going over my car, kind of things I like, right? So I like my car, I like passive income investing. So I'm going to start there, and I'm hoping to kind of grow my channel into something more like being able to travel and vlog traveling and have my passive income paying my way for traveling, right? Eventually. Which is what I think that'd be kind of cool, because right now I'm kind of grinding. I'm dug in. So, what you see here is kind of what you get for time being. But in the future, I'd like to be able to travel and use my passive income to kind of finance it and kind of use my YouTube channel to vlog it for you guys, right?
Cool. I know we just been talking like a few minutes earlier about, you went to Maui, right? Hawaii.
Maui. Yeah, a few times.
Okay,
yeah.
Maui. Okay, cool. My bad.
My cheeks are already sore from smiling so much, guys.
Cool. Yeah, Maui, man. That's where you want to retire, right? That's what you told me about it.
Yeah. See, the plan here now, guys. Like, I first started investing to kind of have a backup in case I lose my job, but now it's kind of grown into being able to finance a retirement in Maui, right? If I can pull in $5,000 or $6,000 a month in rentals and dividend, that would allow me to live anywhere in the world I wanted to live, right? After my kids are all grown up and I was able to do that, that'd be icing on the cake,
Yeah, for sure. But let me ask you also. So you got a YouTube channel. You want, to talk about investing. and you're at your garage in your garage with your with your car.
Yeah,
Well,
in
yeah.
my
What's up?
garage.
Gosh.
You like that car? Can you tell us about that car? What makes it like special? You know?
Um, well, originally I was looking at I wanted a supercar, right? You know, I was looking at Lambos and Ferraris and RX-7s, but I got 3 kids and I can't take them all for rides, right? So with this boat of a car, I can fit all my kids in the back and we can go for cruises, right? You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
and I've always been a fan of old American muscle. You know, like there's nothing like the feel of when it starts up, right? You know, the rumble and just the way it feels and drives, right? You know, it's got a ton of horsepower, and you know, it's where I come from. Right? I was always in the old cars, so I feel like I made a good decision, right? You know,
Yeah, yeah.
so it's in a nutshell, what it is there's a old hobbyist that rebuilds these cars for not a living. It's his hobby, right? Old retired gentleman. So he pours a bunch of money into a car, does it up completely, and then unloads it for a fraction of the price and starts a new project. So this guy put $100,000 into my '69 Cornet, and I was able to pick it up for 62,000.
Oh,
So I mean,
wow.
it's all done up. Nothing's original in the car. It's a good car. It's fun.
Awesome, 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 man. That's really awesome. Hey, Drew from No Debt Below, man. How's it going? Welcome to the live stream. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining. Everybody that joined the live stream, if you like the stream, please like the live stream. It'll help us out to get more people in. But now let's talk about the YouTube channel. So, what inspired you to start a YouTube channel, and what's like your goal for your YouTube channel?
So what inspired me was I watch a lot of YouTube myself for motivation and ideas. So it's a combination of two things. My YouTube channel started out because I seen a fellow, I'm sure all you guys know, Graham Stephan, and he makes $160,000 a month, and 120,000 of that is off YouTube, right? So I seen that, and my mind kind of just clicked, light bulb went off. I said, hey, look, if I could get a fraction of that, that's good enough for me, right? You know. So I mean, I got the car in the background. I kind of tried to design myself around him, kind of thing, right? Because I seen him doing it, and I said maybe I can try it, right? You know, give it a go. And so far, I've really enjoyed it. You know, starting to get a little more comfortable. And there's another guy that I don't know if you guys know him or not. His channel is Lost LeBlanc, and what he does is he travels the world and he goes to Bali and Thailand and all that, and he basically lives in places for a few months at a time. So I'm going to try to evolve my channel into having the passive income to actually vlog my journey of traveling in the future.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah. Yeah, that's a great goal to have, man. You got inspiration. Yeah, Stephen Graham is inspiration for everybody.
Yeah,
And
it's incredible. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The way stuff that he achieved is really fantastic. So we have Q also video liked and ears open. That's what I'm talking about, Q.
So cute.
Yeah. Thanks for joining the live stream. I appreciate that. We appreciate that. So also you do a lot of investing. So all of your video. The first video that I watched on your channel was you were talking about some of the mistakes that you've made investing in the stock market. You know, and
Yeah,
one of the mistakes that you made was you invested in HMNY. You're talking about HMNY
that was a
stocks.
big learning curve there. Yeah, it's big experience. So, do you want me to go over it or?
Yeah, if you want to, just the lesson that you
Sure,
learned.
let's do it. So I was big in the penny stocks, and I guess the one penny stock that I followed after I was done was HMNY, and that company bought 50% of a company called MoviePass, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And I love the idea of MoviePass. It had a lot of good news at the time, and the co-founder was from Netflix, right? Netflix is kind of executive as a CEO. So what MoviePass is, guys, if you're not aware, is you pay $10 a month, and they give you a little red card, and you can get into a movie a day at any movie theater, 365 days a year, basically, for $10 a month, right?
dude.
And I know it sounds bad, you know, it sounds like they're going to lose money hands over fists, right? And they did, but I was naive because I believe that if they could get a kind of a percentage of the concessions and kind of set up a whole date night around it. So if they could get more companies involved, like you go to Chipotle, have nachos before the movie, then after the movie, they go to a nightclub and get some drinks. If they could get a percentage of the grand whole thing, I thought they could pull it together, right? And I thought I'd make a lot of money, but it turned out they didn't do really any of that, and it kind of just nosedived the stock into the ground, and they kept financing the company by issuing more and more shares, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that in turn dilutes everybody and makes everybody lose money that is a holder, right? AKA bag holder, this guy.
Yeah.
So a lesson learned, you know, it just kept going down, and the company, I believe it could have been good, but the people running HMY didn't pull it together, I don't think. So
Yeah.
it was a learning experience, guys.
Yeah, and I mean, movies, man. If I could go to a movie every day for $10 a month, they're gonna lose
Great.
money with me too, man. I'll be there. I'll be watching John Wick Part 3 and all kinds of stuff, you know.
Yeah, dude. But
Yeah.
the
I thought it
funny
was a
thing,
great idea, you know,
yeah.
getting people back in the movies and
Yeah.
maybe design a whole evening around it, you know.
Yeah.
But I guess not.
You know, when I went to the movies at that time, people were actually pulling out the card they got from the movie pass from that company and trying to get in, and then only watch for like 10 for this subscription that they had. They were trying to get access to the movies, and they always have to talk to the manager, request the manager, and the manager be like, well, what the heck is this? What's this card? You know, they never heard of this pass or whatever, you know. So it was kind of interesting, you know, to actually see the company evolving. But so Gen X dividend investor said the company closed a few months ago. I mean, after a few months. And Kevin is asking you, is Movie Pass still around?
It is. I watch. I would never invest any money in it anymore. I think it's at 0.00019 cents per share. So I got in, guys, at I think it's $5 a share, and then they diluted me down to a fraction of a cent a share, and then they reverse split into $10, and then they diluted that down to what it is now, which is next to nothing. So they not only annihilated one round of shareholders, they annihilated another round of shareholders that came in after the reverse split.
And Micro Penny Stock Dave says, hello, Ryan is here. What's up, Ryan? How's it going? Welcome to the live stream. Welcome. So we're talking to Dave, yeah.
Speaking of movies, I was invested in AMC for a while, you know, and
for sure.
I just noticed, you know, like with all this network apps and all these, you know, streaming services coming out and all that, people just don't freaking the movies like they used to, you know. They don't.
Yeah, it's not the whole experience, right? You know, they get everything at home.
Yeah,
for sure.
Which is sad, because I love going to the movies. I love taking my kids to the movies. You know, it's a good time.
Yeah, it's really an experience. You know, I only go to the movies to watch like some awesome movies that are in 3D or something that is really hyped up. Like, for example, John Wick movie. After Jose said he liked it, I think I'm gonna go ahead and try it out, man. I'm gonna go watch it.
So good. It's got horses and dogs and all kinds of. It went crazy with this one. I mean, I seen the first two and I thought they were crazy. They turn it up like to 150%, 200%. You know, just
Keanu Reeves is a good actor too. I really like him.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. They're gonna also release Matrix 4 next year, 2020. That'll be awesome too. So yeah, Ryan said Netflix and chill. It's gonna be greater than the movies. That's not great. I don't know. That's not. Yeah. But that's a good lesson that you've learned. You know, to really keep averaging down, buying it. But the storyline of the company and all that kind of stuff, it was kind of interesting because it was kind of growing.
They sold it so well, you know.
Yeah, definitely. It got a lot of people interested in it. You got Netflix and all that. It was just really kind of interesting. What are other stuff that you learned about investing in the stock that you want to share with us?
Sure. Another big thing that I think one thing I learned that probably isn't very favorable among probably most of the community would be I don't diversify. You know, I know what I'm good at and I stick to that. So I work in the oil and gas sector. And I spent my whole career there. So I got a third position in energy, a third position in banking, and a third position in REITs. And that's what I basically stick to. And it really treated me well so far. You know, I know the industries, I know how it works, and, you know, I don't deviate, right? Like what Warren Buffett said, you know, if you don't know it, stay away from it. Right. And I think that's probably saved me. And I've made mistakes with like HMNY, for example. You know, I don't know it, so I just stay away from it.
Cool. Ryan says diversify equals diversify. Okay. Thanks. And he's also saying thanks for everyone who did the new YouTuber tag. Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Now let me ask you. So you're only going to focus on the stocks, the sectors that you know. You mentioned, do you work in the energy sector? Is that what you said?
I work
At
for
the-
oil and gas company, yeah, a large cap oil and gas company. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I was looking at the energy sector, and it was kind of getting beaten down for the past
It
few
was.
months. It was, yeah,
Yeah.
but now it's kind of recovering a little bit, right?
Yeah, well, the thing is you got the big companies like Suncor and CNRL. They're doing better than most of the smaller cap companies. Although you can probably make a few 100% if you were to buy in around here.
Mhm.
But there's also a chance that they might go to zero or nil, right? So
Yeah.
I like to wait till oil is about $50 a barrel, like it is right now, and then this is where I start dabbling and buying, because there's only upside from here, right? With the large oil and gas companies. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you working for like a mid-cap company or a large
No,
market
large.
cap?
Yeah, $15 billion company. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's really awesome. That's really cool. So, what is like your advice for people? I know you just mentioned that you made a few mistakes, investing. What's like your advice for people, that want to start investing? Like, how should they approach investing in
For
the stock
sure.
market?
That's
Yeah.
a very good question. I actually have two answers to that. The first one is if you don't know how to really get the principle together, what I recommend is what I did is I save an hour's worth of time a day and let it accumulate over a few weeks or a month, and then throw that into the market, right? So, for example, I make X amount of dollars. I'll save 1 hour's worth of time and put it into the account every check. So then it kind of accumulates, right? It doesn't seem so daunting then. So, I mean, savings is kind of relative, right? So if you make a large number of dollars an hour, it's not necessarily more savings, right? I know a lot of people that make $300,000 a year, and they literally have all of it going to bills every month, right? And I
Yeah.
know that because I was one of them up until 2015, up until I started investing, right? That was me. I know a lot of people like that right now still, right, that haven't come around.
1/3 of
So, I
Americans.
mean, if you're making $20 an hour, just put $20 a day away and let it accumulate, and then dump it all on the market at once. The second thing is, guys, make use of a practice account. Don't have fear of missing out. The stocks will still be there regardless of if you're in it or not. Just use the practice account, get a feel for the market, and go from there. It's well worth the losses that you'll take if you just jump in head feet first.
Awesome. Yeah, great advice. I recently watched a video that you made. You have real estate properties that you collect
Yep.
rent and all that kind of stuff. Like, can you? How many like passive incomes do you have? You talk about on your channel passive income, multiple streams of incomes. Can you share with us how you were able to get to that point, and how many streams of income do you have?
Just my primary job, my rental incomes, and my dividends, I guess.
Awesome.
Both both rentals were mistakes. Basically, I didn't intend to buy them as rentals. So I bought the first one in 2007. Then I lived in that for about 6 months, and that's where I got my job up north here. So I rented that out, moved up north, bought another place up north here, and then I got company housing once I got hired on as a full-time employee, because you start out as a contractor, right, for a few years. So then once you get hired on, you get a house, your utilities paid, everything's paid for by the company. So I rented that property out as well. So I kind of fell into my two rentals.
That's
Oh
good.
wow, damn, that's really awesome,
Yeah.
man. I need to go to Canada and work for what company you work for? That oil and gas.
I know, right?
There's some
Yeah.
good deals. If you work for the larger companies, they treat you really well. Most of the smaller companies are hurting, and it's sad to see, right? But most of the larger ones are doing good right now.
Awesome. Yeah. So we have Shane. We got Saeed. Saeed. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, Saeed. And we got Shane. Thank you for joining the live stream. We appreciate it. If you have questions for Dave, also drop it on the comments. Definitely ask him. So you
Yeah.
have three streams of income. So you felt basically your company provided you with your house and everything paid for. So you had an extra house that you lived. So you basically rent that out. So what are some of
Yeah.
like the issues that you encountered managing your property. You just made a video about it for people that didn't watch the video. Because
Oh my God.
yeah.
It's not really passive income, guys. Actually, that brings me to the next good point. Passive income is a myth. It's not real. It's a term coined up by people who are flashy and want to make more money off YouTube, guys. There's no such thing. Even in dividends, I had to dig in and sacrifice in order to get the capital together to build a portfolio, right? I haven't made a video about it yet, but this portfolio I have right now, it's about $89,000. And it's about my third or fourth time building one. I've sold my entire portfolio off a few times now. And it's not passive. You got to dig in and you got to work, and especially with rental properties more so. Actually, the video I made about that is my tenant had a big issue and they were off work. And it's happened to me before, right? Where people kind of pull your skirts a little bit and they kind of pull you through the ringer. So I wasn't sure what to do, if I should kick them out or keep them. And thank God they pulled through, because then I got August and September's rents together just a few days ago, which was $1,800. But if a lot of people aren't prepared for that, it could be complete turmoil. It could, and especially if the renter doesn't pay rent and they decide to stay, it's a large legal process to get them out.
Yeah.
And that's time consuming. It takes a lot of resources from you. And actually, funny story, guys. My other rental, I just lost renters in there as well recently, just a couple of days ago. So I haven't got a lot of sleep. I've been working around the clock, and thank God I think I found some good people to take over their lease from you in that one too. So I mean, I've got my life straightened out right now. I could probably get some sleep again. But it's a complete opposite of passive income. And a matter of fact, if I could do it again, I'd probably stay all the way away from real estate.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's
With that said, I do want to buy a fourplex or apartment building. But that only reason I would buy that instead of dividends, because dividends is boring, right? Apartments and fourplexes, whatever, that's flashy. I like that. So I'm probably going to try to dabble in that.
Yeah. So
that's really interesting. Like Bergs,
Well, sure. Yeah. I mean, growing up, I went to the city growing up. I watch all these apartments and I'd say, who owns all these? How do they own that? Like, what do they do? Where do they come from? Right? So eventually I've been like that my whole life. If I see somebody better, I'd ask the question and try to connect and say, how did you do this? So I can try, right?
Yeah.
Cardone Enterprises, bro.
Well, I mean, it's a long process. I thought growing up it'd be kind of lickety split, you just be able to get it, right? But no, it's a long, tedious process.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's kind of interesting, to once you have renters, there's a lot of things that can come up. Maybe the house needs to get rebuilt, or they kind of damage the house, and also you mentioned that it's kind of there's an issue. The renters actually, even if they don't pay rent, there's a legal process for you to pull them out, even if you call the cops.
It is, and the reason I know that is because I had a bad renter one time, and that was quite the process. He didn't pay rent, and he was ignoring my calls, ignoring the kind of the letters I sent him, and and at that point you cannot just barge in and change the locks, right? If you do that, then you can be thrown in jail, right? You can't physically bar somebody from going in your property if they got a lease, and even if they don't pay rent. So what I had to do was I basically called the courts, and I started the process, because you have to call the courts, take them to court, prove that they haven't paid rent. And even at that point, if they prove that they haven't paid rent for some sort of reason, then they could still live at your place, right? But when it's all said and done, it could take a few months, and then you still have to call and pay for an enforcer to come in there and physically remove them, right? So all that's on me. That's my expenses, right? So I'd be out of a few months' rent plus paying for an enforcer to come in and remove them. But thank God they left of their own accord, right? I'll eat the payments, but
that reminded me of one time, this lady that I saw on the news, that she actually wanted to help this couple that are homeless. So she invited them into her house, and then they started living there. They started getting their mails delivered there and stuff, and her husband got a job. The person that moved in got jobs, and they kind of start making good income from themselves. Now they wanted for her to move out, and now they wouldn't want to move out. So they went to court. She called the cops. She was like, "Man, these people are not leaving my house." There was a headache.
terrible.
So it reminded me about that. So
some places are like that, but here in Tennessee, if you're not on the lease, you're out. Once we get to the, once the cops get to the door, and I say I want him out, or I want her out.
Yeah, you're out.
It's on the lease. Okay,
Yeah.
if you're not on the lease, all right, get out.
I mean, mind you, there are bad landlords out there too, right? That take advantage of people. But I mean, I've had some go arounds throughout my kind of 17-year career renting out properties, right? I've had some bad ones. And throughout that, the big one too is you never trust references, guys. If you have a rental or you're looking into it, never trust references. They're not worth anything. They'll just get their buddy to pretend to be the boss or a previous landlord, right? You got to get the employment letter, and you gotta go from there, right? Trust your gut when you meet them.
Mm-hmm.
But funny story. I just got smashed with a $12,000 bill as well. I put that in my video as well. The $12,000 bill arrived in my mail. So I mean, I'm kind of recovering 3 ways here, both rentals and then this bill.
Why was it for like the damages from your house or?
Well, it's a condominium which I own. So it turns out the membrane around the outside is peeling off, exposing the plywood, and they got to get that fixed before mold starts. And $500 and some odd thousand is what it's going to cost for the whole building to be done, and that's just my share.
Oh man, sorry about that. Yeah, that kind of sucks.
Being a landlord is absolutely not passive and not what it's cracked out to be.
Yeah. Real estate for me, bro. I stay with dividend stocks, bro.
All
right. Yeah. So there's a question. Let's just go back to the chat. So Saeed was asking you, are you licensed realtor?
No, and I think if I could go back, I would try to be. Yeah, absolutely. I miss the boat there. I love it, and I would absolutely like to be in if I would have done it in the past. Yeah.
So David's saying, so glad I never had to evict someone, a Gen X dividend investor saying, have you tried commercial real estate, Berg? I found it a lot more enjoyable, passive than residential.
Well, yes and no. I was always scheming, so I was always trying to open up a business, and I was going to start a business, but never buy the building kind of thing. So no, I never dabbled in commercial real estate. No.
All right. So Kevin is asking you, is there a higher cost of entry to get into? Oh, so he was asking Gen X student investor. Yeah, they're cool. Okay, Ryan is saying this competition is giving me my anxiety. Come on, Ryan. It's okay. It's okay, man. It rarely happens,
You give me both, buddy.
Yeah. It kind of only happens like to a few of, the people, that kind of caught rental issues.
That's why it hit me so hard when I lost my renters, my other property, because I had them. I know them personally, and I've had them for about 4 years now, and they're awesome individuals. They had a great family, and I'm sorry to see them go, but I'm happy that they're on the bigger, better things.
Yeah.
Now, have like a property manager that takes care of all this.
I was about to ask that, man.
Oh, I thought about it, but it's $100 and some bucks a month, and for the amount that I had to deal with it,
not worth it.
It's not really worth it. No.
Okay.
No. Although it would have been nice when it happens, but no, I'd rather just keep the $130 in my pocket.
Okay.
Cool. So Saeed is saying, I love Detroit. Land is cheap. It's just got to know the street. That's it. What are the benefits of a licensed realtor? What are the benefits of a licensed realtor?
It all depends. Well, I can answer that. It all depends who they work for. If it's working for the buyer or the seller, right? So you have to have your own realtor work for you. You have to be with your own realtor all the time. And if you get a good one, he'll point things out to you where you can take advantage of. But here's a very important one too. It could have saved me a lot of money. I never got an inspector for my properties. And an inspector would have potentially told me that the membrane was peeling.
Oh.
Right. So, I mean, you could pay $100 and $200 for an inspector to go in, and they'll save you a lot of money because they'll say, hey, look, you got to take this off the asking price because your membrane's peeling off, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, definitely inspected and all that kind of stuff. Now it kind of, makes, Uncle G's funds more attractive because you don't have to deal with, all of this
Yeah.
issues arising of, like the building
Well,
getting,
that's
yeah.
why I like REIT so much, right?
You like REITs? Okay.
BTB.UN is my bread and butter. I receive my rent every month from the stock, and they deal with all the tenants, and it's legit, right?
Cool. What was the company name?
Uh, I've been in BTB.UN. It's a REIT. Yeah.
That's a REIT. Okay. Cool. So
It's a
yeah.
super. I love it. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. If you don't want to deal with all of this, the headache in a way, but you can definitely be able
Yeah.
to get involved with that. So Tasha is saying hi, everybody. Hi, Tasha. Welcome to the live stream. We
Hi.
appreciate that. Gen X. Yeah. Another benefit of NN commercial, the tenant pays for all maintenance and upkeep.
Yeah.
So no need for property manager.
When I was going to do my business venture, yeah, they're going to make me pay taxes, everything, which is nice. You're right, 100%.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, cool. So Ryan is asking, what is the yield for BTBUN?
BT Bun.
It's about 8% right now. But if you go on the website and you read through the dividend information, it also, if you drip it or reinvest the dividend, it offers, I think, 3% off the share price if you do that as well. So that's an add bonus, right? So for example, I dripped, I think the price of the share was $4.72, and I dripped it. I got those shares for $4.56. So that adds up, right? It's a good call.
Yeah. So with the properties that you're having issues with, have you tried to liquidate it or sell it or anything like that?
No, I plan on keeping them forever. I'm a buy and hold guy.
All right.
For sure.
You just stick with it. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, man.
Well, see, the thing is too is on your taxes, you can claim depreciation on your assets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So every year I claim depreciation on my 2 rentals, and that in turn gives me more money back in taxes. I was able, actually, funny story, I was able to collect $24,000 last year for my tax rebate.
Oh wow, that's nice.
Even though I made X amount of dollars.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's really fantastic. So compared to the stock market investing in real estate, you definitely going to pick stock market investing, dividends, and all that stuff, right?
And sorry, what was that?
My question was like, you invest in 2 different sectors in a way, like real estate and the stock market. So you're probably going to pick the investing in stocks and dividends more than real estate, based on
At
your
this point,
experience.
I don't ever plan on selling off this portfolio. This one's here to stay, and I'm going to add to it constantly. Although I would like to buy a fourplex or apartment sometime here. And that'll probably come in the future when my kids are growing up. Then I could kind of bank most of my salary. But right now, it's just going to be constantly digging in and sacrificing and flooding my portfolio.
Cool. So Ryan is asking you, do you BRRR, buy, refinance, refurnish, rent? Yeah, I don't get that.
No.
Oh, you don't do, okay. The buy, refinance, rent,
That's a
lease,
Ryan
something.
thing.
Yeah, yeah. But hey, Matt, last week on Sunday, Matt knew that. But I knew that. I had him in my notes, but I don't have it memorized yet. But he was saying, Berg the baller, man. Yes, he's a baller, man. He's also used to be.
Try. It's so boring though.
Nah, man. He also used to be an MMA fighter. If you want to tell us about, he used to be professional. He actually fought professional MMA. That is crazy.
Yeah. I had my first pro fight last year, and I trained. I've trained pretty well my whole life. I started wrestling in high school, and it didn't ever stop. And I kind of gathered up a bunch of other disciplines like boxing and Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu, and I put them all together. And I finally stepped in the cage just last year. So I trained for about 20 years, and I had a few amateur fights, and then I hit my pro debut last year. And let me tell you, I was doing pretty good. It's a very unforgiving sport. Like I was telling Daniel just before we started here, I was winning every second up until I got hit. He knocked me out. I was winning up until that point. So, I mean, it takes a lot out of a guy. I kind of, after that, I stepped back and kind of reassessed myself. Is this what I really want to do with my life? I still love it, but I mean, it takes a lot mentally. When you fight, it's about the training and eating. The hard parts everybody thinks it's really only about 20% of the fight. The 80% is all mental. If you're not in it mentally, if you don't have the killer instinct, you're done, And that's what happened to me. I got flash knocked out, and I just mentally wasn't there anymore, So I had to take a step back and reevaluate. So right now, I kind of got it all back together. I'm starting to diet again. I'm starting to work out again. But I mean, mentally, it's still tough, once you've been knocked out.
Yeah. It's really rough, man. It's really, yeah. I was gonna ask you, but I know, people gets a lot of like Conor McGregor and all that kind of guys. They get paid a lot of money. But do you get paid when you fight like professional fights?
I actually did get paid. Yeah. Although boxers, they make thousands and thousands, right? I picked the wrong sport, but I made $100 to show up and $100 for a win, right? So I mean, I only walked away with $100. And actually, it's a funny story. Some of my friends and family bought the pay-per-view, and
Oh,
they
wow.
took part of the pay-per-view, but it was only $50 or something like that. Next to nothing, right? Because they bought me the flight down there, but I mean, my food wasn't paid for or anything like that. So I mean, my $150 went for me actually be there to fight.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
So Gen X dividend investor is asking you. So Berg, how far did you go in high school wrestling?
Well, I made it to provincials and I was provincial champion. I was a great wrestler, and that's really what motivated me to keep going into MMA. Like I was telling Daniel before we started this, there's nothing like getting your hand raised after you imposed your will, beat somebody down, broke their morale. Once you break somebody's morale and you pin them or outpoint them and you worked harder than they did, that's ingrained in you, and you keep that forever, right? I mean, that's what keeps me going,
Yeah, that's like that's
no other feeling like that in the world.
yeah, when you beat up a person, and then you're like, yes, I beat you.
I mean, it's so medieval. It takes us back to our roots, right? That's where we come from. Spartans and medieval times. You just fought and you battled, and it really takes me back to being a gladiator back in the Roman era.
300, baby.
How about? How about when the opposite happens? When you actually the person that has been beaten down and like knocked out. How does that kind of affect you?
Exactly it, man. It took me a lot of guys. They'll get back in there, but it really beat me down mentally, right? Because I had this 20-year, 2-decade span of wrestling in high school up until last year, And I poured my life, my soul, my blood and sweat, and just for me to actually get flash knocked out like that, it was tough. It took a lot out of me. I felt great, my body felt great, and I was fit and I was ready to go again. But it really knocked me down mentally.
Yeah, you start stuff like that, and it happens. That's what they tell you. The real true champion is the one that falls and then has the mentality to get back up and stuff like that. And it's all a mental game. And you've been so dominant until then, right? And you think you're invincible, whatever, and then you get knocked out. You're like, damn, it sucks, And then, it beats you down mentally more than anything. But the truth is, you're still the same person. You're still strong physically and everything. And it's luck. You know what I'm saying? Luck has a little bit of element on every fight because you do not. It's kind of like investing in stocks. You don't know what's going to happen. So it has, that night, that guy was the better, man or whatever. He was the lucky guy. Then a different night, you would have been the lucky, So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So Jose, did you get paid when you're on your fight?
I didn't. You get a silver medal.
I know because I can tell you when I lost, right? I felt disappointed in myself, disappointed on my girlfriend that was looking from the bleachers. Disappointed. I felt shame. I was ashamed of myself.
Yeah.
Like could I have done something better? Could I train harder? And the truth is, he was the 8-time Golden Glove, winner. So
all right. Yeah, it happens. No matter how, Dave is saying everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. That's what Mike Tyson quote right there, man.
It's true.
So Q was saying, yeah. No matter how, how hard you train, it's really rough, So Q was saying, young Ken Shamrock. So Dave.
Because the guy I fought, he had a game plan, right? He doesn't like wrestling. Wrestling is my game, right? He knew this, so it's the last thing he wanted to do with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as the bell rang, I bum rushed him to his side. He didn't even make it out of his corner, and I started swinging for a fence and hitting him. And yeah, he changed his game plan. He tied me up. So I mean, it's true. You get hit in the face, everything goes out the window.
Yeah. And you were saying that you were winning, so that was quite interesting. So Ryan is asking, I might have missed it, but where is Berg from? I'm hearing Minnesota accent. He is
Alberta.
Alberta, Canada. Yeah. So yeah, I was actually very surprised. I was I opened Google Maps to see where, the high level area where it's kind of sunny, like 22 hours of the day is sunny, which is kind of amazing. That was awesome. So Gen X difference, it's not a live stream until Daniel is cracking up. Yes. Yeah, well, Jose cracks me up, man. Ryan is saying Gen X. Oh, we're in Canada, Alberta, the province of Alberta. Alberta. Yeah. Gen X, where's Canada? Far in the north side. Yes, definitely. So yeah, so you've learned a lot, so you were telling me like before we did the live stream that you actually learned a lot of discipline and a lot of like the fighting that you did actually saved your life. Can you share about how you practically applied like some of the work ethics, some of the discipline to practically in investing your personal life and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I was a bad boy when I was growing up, and really my wrestling, I didn't really have a father figure in my life, so I kind of did my own thing all the time. And my wrestling coach, he kind of sat me down and said, Dean, you're headed for this direction, right? And kind of smartened me up. And that would never happen if I wasn't wrestling and he didn't take me under his wing, and teach me. And and that kind of mentality, like after the HMNY loss, people may have stepped back and stopped investing. But I kind of just took it as a stepping stone not to do that again. So, I mean, you got to dig in, you got to make sacrifices. And that's the story of my life. You dig in and you push, right?
Yeah, for sure.
You don't learn from your wins, man.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you got to make sure
you don't learn from your wins. It doesn't matter what it is. Boxing, MMA, investing, or whatever. You don't learn anything from winning. And that's why the greatest champions, Mike Tyson, Chuck Liddell, Randy Couture, they all gone down and then come back like even stronger or whatever. So,
100%.
You don't learn once you learn from the losses a lot more. So
yeah. So there's a quote that says like you never win or lose. You either win or learn. That's a quote that I saw on Instagram. Yeah, bro. You like that? Right? Put it on a shirt, man. Put it on a shirt,
bro. I like that. Bro.
Yeah, you either win or learn, baby. That's what I'm talking about. You don't take L's. We don't take L's in life, man. So as an investor, you always end up taking a couple of L's for sure. Learn how to get greedy from winning. Yeah,
Dave.
So, Dave. Yeah. So I know you have your YouTube channel. So what's like your goal? What kind of people do you want to attract on your YouTube channel? What's like the purpose? You shared us about you continuously talk about your passive income, some of the issues that you've encountered, investing in real estate, some of the problems that you have, and also you share about the stories that the journey and stock investing and all of that. But what's like the end goal for your channel? What kind of people do you want to attract to your YouTube channel? There's a channel too. Go subscribe to his channel too on the chat.
Smash that. Something like no.
Yes.
Well, right now I'm kind of just documenting my passive income, and I want to attract people who want to better themselves and kind of be a community and support each other. I mean, I thrive when people around me are doing well. So the end game is eventually I want to be able to travel the world and have the passive income kind of finance my journey, and I want to be able to vlog it,
Oh, okay.
Nice.
That's a big change from what it was. What it was before is kind of passive income to kind of supplement my job if something happened. But now it's kind of growing to finance my journey in the future, right?
Awesome. So do you have any books or YouTube channels that inspire you, that motivate you, that you want to recommend to other people to watch? Some of the books that you read? Yeah.
The YouTube channel that really got me going, a little fire underneath my butt, was what is it?
Stephen Graham or Graham Stephan?
Yeah, Graham Stephan. And what it was is he had an upload that says I make $160,000 a month.
All right.
And it turned out $120,000 of that was YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Voila, I'm going to do that. This is my journey. So, I mean, he was in real estate and passive income, and he looked like he was having a lot of fun.
Yeah,
And he
yeah,
had
for
his
sure.
car in the background. I said, maybe I can kind of mimic that a little bit, put my own twist on it, you know? And then I watched a guy named Lost LeBlanc. So check out his channel, Lost LeBlanc. It's really good. And what this kid does is he travels the world, like to Bali and Rome. And I remember one that really like got me going for the having my passive income finance my journey was he spent 2 months in Bali, right? And Bali's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah,
So and you can live in Bali for $700 a month, right? So I
yeah.
mean, would that be in the works later for some of us making $700 in passive income? Go spend a couple months there free. I mean, I think that's something I'd be interested in the future, right? You know, and
Yeah.
if I can bring my channel with me and grow it and vlog that, I think that'd be pretty cool.
Cool, cool.
So that's
Awesome,
where we're
awesome,
headed,
awesome.
guys.
Awesome.
I might even buy a. I've been looking at a RX-7 or RX-8, and I've been looking at Lambos too. So I mean, maybe I'll just have a passive income and buy a Lambo. I don't know.
Nice.
We'll
You're gonna
see.
be
We'll see.
Lambo guy. You're gonna.
Yeah. I mean,
that's
I haven't
that's
bought
awesome.
clothes for a few years, but
All
hey,
right.
if I could buy a Lambo with passive income, away we go, right?
Cool, cool, man. That's awesome. Then you have a Lamborghini at your house. Then you're gonna be like Ty Lopez here in my garage. Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
just bought this
Yeah.
new Lamborghini.
Well, actually, another guy that really motivated me in that aspect was his channel is Will Motivation,
Okay.
and his first video is where he bought a Lambo and he kind of showcased how his rental properties is paying for their Lambo, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what got me going too. I said, well, why can't I do that? And maybe I will. Who knows? But yeah, he has a great channel too, and he's kind of grown it leaps and bounds. And it's amazing what we can do here on YouTube, right? You know,
Yeah,
with
yeah.
sharing information.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So Tasha's saying that she heard about the lock guy. Yes, I've seen his channel. Dave is asking you, Rico, what does your shirt say?
Oh,
I know, I'm awesome, right?
yeah. It says, I know, I'm awesome. Let's not make a big deal out of it, or whatever. I bought one of those. You know the store Five Below. They got all kinds of funny shirts and stuff like that. That's why I got it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. It's gonna be on your next giveaway, or
I
Jose?
already
No.
gave up one of these shirts in
Mhm.
July. No, in July. What month we in? September? Yeah. So I gave it
September.
away in August. I gave up one of these shirts, and then this September I'm giving up another shirt and Nintendo DS stand and all that. So
Yeah, yeah, cool, cool. So Q saying, okay, catch you guys some other time. I'm gonna watch it. Good hearing from you, Berg. Oh, Q, thanks for joining. We
Thanks
appreciate
for
it.
stopping by, brother.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Ryan is asking, has anyone read the book, The Purple Cow? I never read it. Have you read
it.
it,
No,
Berg or Jose?
I'm not being books.
Are you not into books? Okay.
Not really. No, no.
me neither.
I read World War Z. That was a good book, but that's
Yeah.
other than that. No.
Man, Jose, man, you're in school, right? So you probably read school books, not
That's different. You know what I'm saying? That's
yeah, yeah.
to finish my master's. But as far as like investing and stuff like that, and like I got think big and grow rich or whatever the heck it's called, think and grow. I have that one on like an audio, you know,
Okay.
and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
they got audiobooks, they got Audible, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, cool, cool, man. So yeah, so do you guys any other questions for Berg? You know,
Yeah,
you just drop
let's
them
smash
in the
out those
comments.
questions, guys.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We covered all the questions that we're gonna ask him, and he explained it fantastically. And we're having a very fantastic time.
Hey,
I already
Bert,
asked all the questions.
I got a question. You married, kids?
Yeah, girlfriend, 3 kids. Yeah,
Okay, all right, cool. And they all living with you, or
yeah, you betcha. Well, I work up north in company housing, and I fly back down south for my days off. Yeah.
okay? So they
Oh,
had you have like a house where they at, and then you kind of like commute to go to
Yeah,
work and stuff like that. Okay,
that's right. I have a company house and then my primary residence. Yeah.
gotcha.
cool,
Okay.
awesome, awesome. So Saeed is asking you, what stock do you own the most? That's a great question.
Oh, thanks. That's great. IPL, Interpipeline, that's my largest holding. My book value is about $12,000. I own 598 shares of it, and right now it's worth about 15,000. So I'm up about $2,500 on it. and it pays $87 a month, and $87 each and every month in dividend.
Mm,
Awesome,
good.
awesome. Yeah, that's just solid. That's just solid. Let me ask you.
Ticker symbol IPL, right?
Yeah, ticker symbol IPL. Yeah, I actually have a video on that one. It's one of my earlier videos. It's my 3 favorite monthly dividend pairs. I got IPL, BTB, and BPF, Boston Pizza, in there. They're my 3 favorites. You know, they treated me very well.
Awesome, awesome. IPL. So what Ryan is saying, YouTubers should read the book, the books Purple Cow. Graham Stephan is a purple cow. Dude, I'll definitely have to check that book out, man. So Saeed is saying, what did you choose that stock? Why did you choose that stock?
Well, it's in my niche that I kind of know. You know, I know oil and gas, I know banking, and I know REITs, so I don't veer off there very often. So IPL is a pipeline stock, so they transport natural gas. And how that works is they basically charge a fee for transporting crude oil or natural gas through their pipeline system. And they get a flat fee, and in my eyes, that's great. You know, I don't remember how I stumbled across it. It was quite some time ago. And I was attracted by the payout ratio, the dividend, and what they're doing with the company. You know, they have a lot of great things on the horizon. They got a new plant starting up. It's a Heartland project, and it's going to convert propane into plastic pellets. And it's the only plant like that in North America, I believe. And it's going to be starting up in a few years here now. So I think that's a startup of 2022, and it's going to be a great thing, I believe. So I mean, they got lots of growth in the horizon. They got lots of great yields in the dividends. So yeah, in my eyes, it's a great company.
Cool.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, that's fantastic. That's that. So Dave was saying, I couldn't find it, the name ticker. Why did you choose a stock? Can't find that ticker. And Jose saying probably Canadian market. So it's in the Canadian markets, right?
TSX, yeah, Canadian. Yeah.
All right, cool, cool, cool.
You
so
know,
Saeed is asking you.
there's a Canadian YouTuber called Brandon Beavis. Have you seen his stuff,
Oh yeah.
Berg?
Oh no, I haven't. No.
Great channel. He's
I
up
mean,
there, I think in Toronto or something like that.
Yeah. He's in Toronto, I think. I think he's in Montreal or something. I don't know. But
I
okay,
may.
yeah. Saeed is asking you, which software do you use to trade?
Art, thanks for all the questions, man. I appreciate it. It really gets me going. I use RBC Direct Investing, and it's the first one I used, and it's really the only one I ever will use now. It is expensive. It's got $10 per transaction, so it's $10 for me to buy and $10 for me to sell. But I don't typically sell, and I'm a buy and hold kind of guy, so I'll eat the $10 fee once, and I'll be happy with that. But I've also used Interactive Brokers, and that's a good platform too. I don't use it because it's so hard to get money in and out though. Like RBC, I bank with RBC, so I can move money very fluently with it.
Cool. But look at that. Ryan is saying, I just want to shout out Daniel's course in the chat here. It helped me get 150 subscribers in a couple of weeks. Come on, Ryan. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that. Thank you that the stuff that I talk about in the course actually helped you get subscribers, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And we're definitely gonna celebrate when you actually accomplish your goals and become monetized. As you already had set some goals, and once you reach it, we're definitely gonna celebrate, man. But thanks a lot for the shout out, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. So Dave was saying, usually I can find the Canadian stocks. I use Interactive Brokers for day trading. And Gen X Dividend Investor saying Brandon's is Vancouver. His LinkedIn says, yes, definitely. Yeah, Brandon is. Me too. I have grown as well. Tasha's saying, yes, Tasha, congrats. I think Tasha reached 400 subscribers, man. That's really awesome. That's fantastic. Congrats to Tasha and Ryan, man. I'm glad that it's really helping you guys grow your channels, and hopefully achieve your goals and becoming monetized as quick as possible, So really appreciate it. And I know Berg, your goal is to get monetized too, right? We were talking about
Yeah,
that.
you betcha. I've seen Stephen Graham there, or Graham Stephan,
Yeah.
and he's making $120,000 a month on YouTube. I'd be fine with 10,000. Right?
I'd be fine with 1,000. If I make $1,000 out of YouTube right now a month, I don't have to go back to work.
Damn.
Oh, exactly. It shows what's possible, and it's a great community, and we're all learning so much from each other. And let's take advantage of it. It's a great platform to grow and really excel in life.
Yeah. Definitely. So really, Jose, $1,000, that's it? You're gonna
That's all I need. That's all I need, baby. Because you gotta remember, I did 20 years in the army. I get my retirement. I'm
Oh,
semi-retired. You know what I'm saying? I'm
yeah.
halfway there. You know,
You're
I
half
just need a little push. And this is what the YouTube come in. This is why your cords come in, my brother. You know, this is why your 1,000 subscribers and my monetization that's coming in. You know, so
there
There you go.
cool,
Yeah,
cool.
good for you. Good for you.
Yeah, awesome, man. That's fantastic. So, if you guys have any other questions for Berg or for Jose or for me, just drop us. Yeah, do you have an upload schedule, Berg? Do you talk about like how many times do you upload in a week? What subjects do you talk about? Do you make
Sure.
updated your portfolio? And can you tell us about that a little bit?
Well, honestly, it's kind of a all work in progress. I'm just kind of going as I touch base. At first I was trying to do one every day. Then I kind of heard tell of it's a growth. It's kind of a process, right? At first I was trying to do it every day, but then I heard that people get tired of seeing your thumbnail every day, maybe kind of 3 days a week kind of thing. And then
Yeah,
also like Graham Stephan or Stephen Graham, he says every video make sure you smash that like and subscribe button. And he says all you have to do is ask people. But now I got people asking, that sounds kind of bad. Don't say that, right? So I mean, I'm trying to just kind of fine tune my old channel. So honestly, I'm not sure his answer. I like
yeah,
I
okay.
like uploading. I like talking. I like documenting my portfolio. Um, I'm on the road to 100,000 with my dividend portfolio, so I'm gonna make sure I try to update more that way. And honestly, I know everybody has the fancy thumbnails and the M1 in the background, which looks really amazing. And I'm kind of on the wall if I'm gonna end up doing that. I might just not, and just be the odd guy out. Maybe that'll make me special. I don't know. We'll see, right? I'm
Mm.
up at almost 300 subs right now, and I think I'm doing fairly well without really doing thumbnails or the background. So we'll see, right?
Yeah.
If I can get monetized without having thumbnails or backgrounds, maybe I'll put out a video and how to do that. Who knows?
Yeah, for sure. But thanks, Jose, for dropping out his channel. Also, if you don't have, go to his channel, subscribe to his channel, and yeah, and that's about it, guys. And if you have other questions for Berg or for Jose, just drop in the comment section. But we'll finish it in like 3 minutes or 5 minutes.
if I
But
Yeah, if I can give you some advice, and everybody that's watching, as far as like the YouTube channel, when we first all start, our thumbnails are not the best, and our audio is not the best, and the quality is not the best, and all that. And we learn as we go, right? Eventually, you want to get your channel to look like, you want your schedule, so people know when to tune in. You want your graphics to look good, your audio to look good, and stuff like that. And you want to kind of treat it like a regular TV network. You know what I'm saying? Like a CBS or ABC or something like that. They have their series, right? They have
yeah,
action series, the TV, the cop series and stuff like that. They come on Mondays at 9 p.m. or Wednesdays at 9 p.m. or Fridays at 9 p.m. So you want to try to get to that kind of level and so forth. That's what I'm trying to do with my channel. For example, Mondays, Why We Buy series, right? That's a series right there, TV series. You know what I'm saying? Wednesday, the stock market news series. You know what I'm saying? Saturday nights with Rico Suave series. Episode 1, episode 2, episode 3. I name my channels like that. My thumbnails like that and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
you got to
And
treat
you
it that way.
professional, man. You do a good job for
No,
sure.
well,
yeah,
thanks.
yeah.
Appreciate it. Yeah. So, and then, on your titles, you want to be like how to do this, or top 5 this, or don't do this, or oh my God, don't invest until you watch this. You want to, like kind of like hook them in, kind of like the preview, and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
you want to make it interesting, have fun, and not everyone's gonna like you. Not
Yeah,
everyone's gonna, tune in or whatever, but the people that do tune in, they're gonna enjoy your content and they're gonna keep coming back, and you'll grow. And then of course, get my man's Daniel's, course. If you haven't gotten it yet, you got to get it. You got to get it,
Thank
guys.
you.
What's
Thanks,
the price
Jose.
tonight? $99. That's a short investment. That's a cheap investment to get 1,000 subscribers and get monetized on this platform, man. And this platform stays with you for the rest of your life or whatever, and you can make money out of it. You can't beat it, man. So you got to
Thanks,
get
Jose.
Daniel course.
Thank you.
Man,
Jose. I
thank you
appreciate
there.
that.
That's all the advice I got for you right there. That's
Thank you, Jose. I appreciate that. Thank you for the people that actually recommended. Also, I updated. I forgot to tell Tasha. I updated a video. I posted a video yesterday on the course, you'll be able to see what video was that. So if you haven't checked it out, just go to the course and be able to see an updated video about some stuff. That's going to help you out. Yeah, but if you guys don't, Ryan is saying be the purple cow. Yes, you're going to be the purple cow.
Yeah.
And definitely, it's
Got it.
Gen X dividend investor. It's so true. I look forward to things I can count on. Yes, for sure. Yeah, guys. So it's 9:45. Berg wanted to do this for 45 minutes, but we did it for an hour now, right at the hour mark.
Fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was.
Thank you.
It was good.
It was a lot of fun, Berg. Any last words, Berg? You enjoyed the last stream, right?
Oh yeah, that was awesome. I appreciate it. You guys are right. I felt more comfortable as it went on, and it was awesome. One last thing I'll say is I am going to do something special with the channel, and I haven't seen it done yet. And I'm gonna unveil it right now, and it's gonna be a kind of a process in how to be paid weekly by dividends. So you're gonna be paid every single week, right? And I haven't seen anybody do that, and it's what I kind of incorporate. So we'll see. It's gonna be fun, and I'll kind of maybe do 3 videos or 2 videos a week, kind of thing, and go from there. I think a lot of people like that because what's not to like about being paid every week, right?
Yeah, for sure. I know people wait for like 3 months because some of the companies get paid like 3
it's
months.
even better than staggering month or quarterly players, right? You can stagger 3 quarterly players and have them paid once monthly, but it's something else to be paid every week with a dividend, right? So we'll see. Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome, man. What way to drop the ball. You're right at the end, man. Just suspense, like, oh, tell us about more. Tell us more. But
thanks for all the questions.
No more.
Thanks for stopping by and seeing this.
I did like your video when you did the buyback video. What companies buy back? The appreciation.
NCIB.
So I love that video. So there's people out there. You putting out some great content. People are tuning in, and I like the buyback video, and I like the smoker. When you smoke that, what was it? That beef on your barbecue for like.
Oh, well, it's true. If you have a great company like AT&T and it drops down, it doesn't make your shares worth any less. You should have bought more, right? Like I'm up 20% with AT&T, and I don't look back. It's great. And actually, it's Warren Buffett's analogy. I watch a lot of Warren Buffett, right? I don't diversify. I pick solid companies. I follow a lot of his principles, and that's what Warren Buffett said about his deal there. And it's like beef. Just because the beef goes on sale doesn't mean it's bad beef. It means it's buy more, fill your freezer, right? It's a good process. And I'll try to get better with communication. I know my descriptions will be best. It's a work in progress, guys. Bear with me.
Yeah, definitely. You just started the channel, so everybody started their channel. I think majority of people and that are watching the live stream, including me, everybody. We recently just started making YouTube videos. So not everybody's like an expert and stuff. So we're continuously growing and improving the content and everything like that. But thank you everybody for joining the live stream. Hidden Freedom is saying yes, sold my AT&T was up 24%. Man, that's solid, man. Nearly 1,500 in profits. That's what I'm talking about. Dave, way to go, man. So we close it with a positive. Jose, thank you. Any last words? Yeah, man. See you guys on Sunday. On Saturday, Rico Suave. Live stream. We might do it, man. But
we might do it on Saturday. If you noticed, I haven't been online this week, and there's a reason for that. We're going to unveil it yet, but if you tune in on Saturday night for Saturday nights with Rico Suave, we might be ready to unveil it. If not, then just keep tuning in, and my next video is going to be a doozy one. It's going to explain why I haven't been active on YouTube in the last week or so. There's a reason for it. It's coming. It might be coming on Friday on my next video, or Saturday. We don't know yet, but stay tuned.
So unveil the secrets.
Yeah.
Anyway, but thank you for watching. I never left. I told my girl that was important. Thanks. And Kevin, everybody, Ryan, Gen X Investor, you got a TV show already. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Berg, also taking your time.
My cheeks are killing me. They hurt so much from smiling.
That's good.
Cool, man. That's awesome.
Keeps you young.
Oh my God.
All right, guys. Well, thank you. Have a wonderful night. We'll see you on Sunday. Yeah, Sunday live stream. All righty. So